the Holy Grail. The very name whispers of ancient secrets and sacred mysteries. Is it real? Is it a myth? Or is it something else entirely? A symbol that points to a deeper truth. For centuries, the Grail has captivated imaginations and inspired countless tales. Its origins are shrouded in the mists of time, blending biblical accounts with medieval romances. Some believe it to be the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper, later used to collect his blood at the crucifixion. Others see it as a metaphor, a representation of spiritual enlightenment or the pursuit of the divine. Join us now as we embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind the legend, exploring its history, its meaning, and its enduring legacy. To understand the enduring power of the Grail, we must first journey back to its origins, tracing the threads of history and myth that have woven together to create this enduring legend. The legend is deeply intertwined with Christian tradition, drawing upon the story of the Last Supper and the crucifixion. These pivotal events in Christian theology provide the foundation upon which the Grail myth is built. While the Bible itself makes no mention of a Holy Grail, the Gospels describe Jesus sharing a final meal with his disciples before his arrest. This meal, known as the Last Supper, is a cornerstone of Christian faith and practice. This cup, used to share wine, takes on profound significance in the context of the Eucharist, where bread and wine are consecrated and become, for believers, the body and blood of Christ. The ritual of the Eucharist, or Holy Communion, is a reenactment of the Last Supper and a central sacrament in many Christian denominations. This association with the divine imbued the cup with an aura of sanctity, laying the groundwork for the development of the Grail legend. The idea of a sacred vessel, touched by Christ himself, captured the imagination of early Christians and later storytellers. Early Christian writings and apocryphal texts further fueled the growing mythology surrounding the Grail. These texts, often written by early church fathers and other religious figures, explored and expanded upon the stories found in the canonical Gospels. These texts often expanded upon the canonical Gospels, offering alternative accounts of Jesus' life and teachings. They provided fertile ground for the growth of legends and myths, including those surrounding the Grail. Some of these stories introduce the character of Joseph of Arimathea, a wealthy follower of Jesus who, according to legend, used a cup to collect Christ's blood as he hung on the cross. This act of devotion and reverence added a new layer of meaning to the Grail legend. This cup, imbued with the power of Christ's sacrifice, became a sacred relic, its whereabouts unknown for centuries. The mystery of its location and the power it was believed to hold made it a subject of fascination and quest for many. These early tales, passed down through oral tradition and later recorded in various forms, planted the seeds for the Grail legend to blossom in the medieval imagination. The stories evolved over time, influenced by the cultures and beliefs of those who told them, creating a rich tapestry of myth and history that continues to captivate us today. The Grail legend truly took shape in the 12th century, thanks in no small part to the works of Chrétien de Troyes, a French poet and storyteller. His contributions to medieval literature were monumental, and his influence can still be felt today. Chrétien wove the Grail into the fabric of Arthurian legend, transforming it from a relatively obscure religious relic into a central object of knightly quests and chivalric romance. His stories brought to life the adventures and trials of the Knights of the Round Table, making them timeless icons of bravery and virtue. In his unfinished romance, Percival, the Story of the Grail, Chrétien introduces us to a young, naive knight who stumbles upon the Grail castle and encounters the sacred vessel. This tale of innocence and discovery captivated audiences, drawing them into a world where the mundane and the mystical intertwined. However, Percival, bound by his knightly code and unaware of the Grail's significance, fails to ask the crucial question that would heal the wounded Fisher King and restore his blighted land. This moment of missed opportunity adds a layer of tragedy and depth to the story, highlighting the themes of destiny and human fallibility. Chrétien's work established the Grail quest as a central theme in Arthurian literature, inspiring countless subsequent writers to explore its mysteries. His narrative set the stage for a rich tradition of Grail literature, influencing not only his contemporaries, but also future generations of storytellers and poets. The Grail became inextricably linked with the Knights of the Round Table, particularly Percival and Galahad, who embody the ideals of purity, chivalry, and spiritual seeking. These characters' quests for the Grail symbolize the eternal human pursuit of higher truths and moral perfection. The Grail, no longer merely a cup, evolved into a powerful symbol, representing a quest for enlightenment, the search for truth, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. It became a beacon of hope and a source of inspiration, encouraging individuals to strive for greatness and moral integrity. The Matter of Britain, as this body of literature came to be known, provided fertile ground for the Grail legend to flourish, capturing the imaginations of readers across Europe and shaping the course of Western literature for centuries to come. The stories of Arthur, his knights, and their quests continue to resonate, reminding us of the enduring power of myth and the timeless nature of the human spirit. Section 4. A Cup of Many Meanings. What exactly does the Holy Grail represent? The answer, as with many enduring myths, is far from simple. Over the centuries, the Grail has been interpreted in countless ways, reflecting the beliefs, anxieties, and aspirations of different cultures and eras. For some, it remains firmly rooted in Christian tradition, a tangible relic imbued with the sacred power of Christ's sacrifice. They see it as the chalice used at the Last Supper, a vessel that held the very blood of Christ and therefore possesses miraculous healing properties. Others view the Grail in more symbolic terms, as a representation of spiritual enlightenment, the culmination of a lifelong quest for truth and self-discovery. The Grail, in this context, becomes less about a physical object and more about the journey itself, the challenges overcome, and the wisdom gained along the way. Still others interpret the Grail as a symbol of feminine power, a counterpoint to the patriarchal structures of medieval society. The Grail, in this reading, represents the life-giving force of the feminine divine, a source of nourishment and renewal. The beauty of the Grail legend lies in its ambiguity, its ability to encompass such a wide range of meanings and resonate with individuals on deeply personal levels. Section 5. Knights, Quests, and the Search for the Sacred. The quest for the Holy Grail has become a recurring motif in literature, art, and mythology. This legendary pursuit has captivated the imaginations of countless generations, symbolizing the eternal search for something beyond the ordinary. It embodies the human desire for something greater than ourselves, a longing for meaning and purpose in a world often filled with uncertainty. The Grail quest is not just a physical journey, but a spiritual and emotional one as well. The Grail quest typically involves a journey, often fraught with peril, in which the seeker must overcome various obstacles and confront their own inner demons. These challenges are symbolic of the trials we face in our own lives, testing our resolve and character. The knights of Arthurian legend, driven by chivalry and a thirst for glory, embarked on these quests, their adventures serving as moral allegories for the challenges we all face in our own lives. Each knight's journey is unique, reflecting their personal struggles and growth. The Grail, as the ultimate prize, represents the fulfillment of one's highest aspirations, be it spiritual enlightenment, worldly success, or the attainment of true love. It is the embodiment of the ultimate goal that drives us forward, giving our lives direction and purpose. The quest itself becomes a transformative experience, testing the limits of the seeker's courage, faith, and determination. Each step taken, each challenge faced brings the seeker closer to understanding their true self and their place in the world. Whether they ultimately succeed or fail in their quest for the Grail, the journey itself leaves them forever changed, having faced their fears and emerged, hopefully, wiser and more compassionate. The lessons learned and the experiences gained are invaluable, shaping the seeker into a better version of themselves. The enduring power of the Grail quest lies in its ability to speak to the deepest longings of the human heart, reminding us that the journey is just as important as the destination. It teaches us that the pursuit of our dreams, with all its trials and tribulations, is what truly defines us and gives our lives meaning. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share. Until the next discovery.